It is the season for all things pumpkin spice, so let's go ahead and whip up these easy pumpkin spice latte muffins. They are super easy and delicious. We're going to start by mixing up the dry ingredients for the base of these muffins. So I have a medium-sized bowl fitted with my little sifter. I'm going to add in 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Go ahead and get these all sifted. Next, we're going to add in all the spices. So we have 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 3/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of ground allspice, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. Into this large bowl, we're going to add in 2 large eggs, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of pumpkin puree, 3/4 cup of vegetable oil, canola oil will also work, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. All right, let's get these all mixed together using an electric mixer. A stand mixer will also work. All right, the wet ingredients are all nice and smooth. We're going to start adding in the dry ingredients a little bit at a time. One final scrape down of the sides of the bowl, and then we're ready to scoop the muffin batter into the muffin pan. I've lined my muffin pan with cupcake liners. You can use a non-stick cooking spray to spray those muffin cups with. And I am also using a large cookie scoop to scoop the batter into the muffin cups. It scoops out the perfect amount of batter for a muffin. If not, you want to fill these cups 3/4 of a way full. We're going to put these in a preheated 400-degree oven and bake these for 17 to 18 minutes depending on your oven. Once these muffins were fully baked, I removed them from the baking pan, placed them on a wire cooling rack. I'm going to allow these to cool for a little while, and while they're cooling, I'm going to whisk together my espresso infused glaze that will go on top of them. So we're going to set these aside just a little bit. I have a small bowl. I have found that it's best to warm up 3 tablespoons of milk and then add the 2 teaspoons of espresso powder into that, and then I'm gonna whisk just to get that all nice and dissolved. Now that this is dissolved, I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside. In this large bowl, I have 1 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. I'm gonna add in 1 tablespoon of room temperature butter. And then I'm going to add in the espresso infused milk. All right, we're going to mix these ingredients together until they're combined. The espresso glaze is all mixed together, so now it's time to top those pumpkin muffins with this wonderful glaze. I'm just going to use a small offset spatula just to put a little bit of glaze onto each of the muffin tops. If you want this to be a little thinner, you can add a little bit more milk